Try to hurry. See these boys? They're
getting ready to go.
Yeah, they're getting ready to go.
They're moving fast too.
Yep, they are moving fast. Yep, that's right. Because there's a lot of people gonna be in the woods today. It's Saturday and it's beautiful weather. It's perfect. And this camp is full of turkey hunters, so we got up at 3 in the morning to try to be the first ones to this spot that we're going.
Time me.
Hustle, hustle.
Hustle, hustle.
I'm afraid if we don't get to this spot that we want to get to, somebody's going to beat us there. Sleep in the truck if we get there, nobody else is there.
Looks like we made it.
Looks like we made it. We the first ones here. Nap time. See you guys in an hour. Well, it's about 20 after 5 and we're getting ready to head in. Me and Jake been sleeping in the Hummer here for the last hour and 30 minutes or so. I'm glad we got here early because we probably saw, what, 15 to 20 trucks?
Yeah.
They were driving by a pretty steady stream there for a while. We haven't seen any for the last 15 minutes or so, but we got a 1.25 mile walk to get back in here where I want to be. Nobody's hunted this area yet. Today's the first day that you can hunt it. And it's a Saturday, that's why we're seeing so many vehicles, and that's why we wanted to get here super early. We got a long walk. Let's go. I think I heard one down in there a minute ago. Barely. We walked all the way back in here. It's like 1.5 miles back in here. Didn't hear anything off the roost. And I mean, we could have heard a turkey from 1 mile away this morning, it seems like.
Yeah.
Got all the way down here and we've just been sitting here quietly. Because these birds like to move around a lot in this big country, you know. These big, like, mountains, hills, whatever you'd call them. Eventually, heard a bird gobble over that ridge. So I got the call out and I hit him with it. And he gobbled back like 3 or 4 times and hadn't set a peep since. And Jake has now talked me into going over there to that ridge. I do not want to go over there. I gotta walk down through this bottom, cross a creek, and then go all the way up it. I don't mind going to him like that.
Nice little skip over there. And we'll just walk all that top out. I'm gonna keep going.
Yeah.
Because the car is that way. It'll be awesome.
Yeah, I don't mind going over there. I just know how these turkeys work. By the time we get over there, he'll gobble, he'll be in this bottom, and then he'll be right here in this low gap. And then we'll really be kicking our own ass. Let's go.
We'll see it when we get to the other side. Or when he starts complaining next.
That was a lot steeper than I thought. Luckily, this side doesn't look as bad. They've been scratching this hillside up pretty good. There's always going to be scratching down here along these creeks like this, though.
Because they ever called them up that hill, being that steep.
I don't know. I think they'd surprise you. These mountain chickens, man. If they hear a hen over there, they'll go up to it. You're going to find more turkey sign down low like this because they roost down here over this creek and they feed down here a bunch. But when these gobblers get hens, I would say more often than not, they're going to take them down low, down in these areas. And they're going to spend the day down here scratching, pecking. But when you hear a bird gobble up high like that one that we heard a while ago, oftentimes that means he's going up there because he ain't got a hen. Last year was a real good example of that in this super hilly stuff. That one bird was gobbling down below us, and that turkey that we called in and I missed, he was up high. And there wasn't near as much sign up high where he was at. We made it all the way to the top of this other ridge. We came up this finger right here below us. They're scratching all down through there. And the last time that turkey gobbled, he was just over this crest. Y'all can see how open it is. We're not gonna crest that ridge. We're gonna hug this left side of it. I'll show you what I mean. I think he's just right over there. He hadn't gobbled in a long time. But we're gonna hug this left side and kind of go right up that switchback there and then turn and follow it to the top. And the whole time we're gonna be calling and spacing out so we can each listen.
Oh, he's giving me a thumbs down.
Dang.
Oh, did you guys blow him off?
Oh yeah.
Oh, dang. It was stupid. Like, we talked about it so much last night. We were like, we can't go low. We can't go low. We're going to bump them. We don't know where they're at. Like, finally, we were like, let's just get aggressive. And we got aggressive. And, like, immediately I was like, never again. You can only get so close, you know?
Dang.
Yeah, it was stupid. We messed up.
It's about 1:15 right now. We went and picked up a hitchhiker back here. They didn't have any luck this morning. We didn't have any luck this morning. Me and Jake walked for a long, long ways and only heard one bird gobble like 3 times. So it's been slow, been really slow. But we talked to a bunch of other guys too that have been hunting, and it's been the same story for most everybody. Not much gobbling for the last 5-6 days. I think these turkeys are very henned up right now. But that will change at some point.
Especially with weather like this.
Yeah, the weather is perfect right now, so instead of napping this afternoon, we're hitting the roads. Try to be as efficient as we can and cover some ground with the Hummer. Probably stop every once in a while, get out, listen, hit the call a little bit. And I know this is what everybody and their dog does out on public land, but it does work. It doesn't work very often, but it does. And we're not going to wear ourselves out doing it. So.
I'll just beep and then I'll point like I heard one gobbling.
Ready?
Yep. That was effective.
So is your calling. Alright, I'm done. I won't do that anymore.
What if one was getting ready to gobble? He's not now because
You probably would have like that actually. You shot gobbled with that.
It's like kids fishing day.
Something to see. It's the kids and the dogs, you and me.
We can probably get up around them, don't you think, Ted?
Yeah, I would think.
We just spotted a bunch of turkeys right off the road down here. Just cruising down the blacktop, and it's all public on all sides. We've been calling, but these birds are right off the road. And there's a strutter down there and a bunch of hens. So we're going back around him now. We're gonna go in there and see what we can do with him.
Oh, it's on, boy.
He's strutting.
He's strutting. I don't see him now. They were walking back pretty good when we drove by. They're right next to the road.
Rip on that horn again once, see if I can get him to shot gobble.
Get your stuff on so you can film Ted.
Okay.
See right there, they were around that point right over there. But this ridge, it falls off and flattens out. Looks like a bunch of oaks and stuff.
think we would catch them up here somewhere. Sound like scratching right here. Do you hear that? This ain't the setup I want to be in. I want you two to go up there a little further. But I've got to get a better pinpoint on the location. Maybe better for you just to go with him and take the camera handheld. And then I can call from back here at this pine. Down in there about 60 yards. 50 to 60. Here comes to the left, Ted. Aaron, can you see him? Yeah. Yes. Kill him, Aaron. If you're on him, kill him. Sit up, Ted, sit up. Sit up. feel my legs. I just caught myself in the lip. Wait for you to shoot, Ted. I was looking down here, and then he kept saying Aaron, or I'm on him, Aaron, I'm on him, Aaron. So I thought you were gonna shoot, and I was like, well, you probably have a better shot than me, because I'm like twisted clear around like that.
Look at my lip.
I know. So that's why I was waiting for you.
I didn't care who shot. I didn't either. That was intense, Jake. You gotta be worn out. I've been watching him like just on his knees filming like this the entire time.
The worst part was he was straight behind me.
I got pretty jacked up on that one after I shot him because I didn't think I was gonna get him. I'll show you what I was doing. I was facing this way, leaning up against this dead thing here. That tree right there, that branch, it was covering him up the whole time. And I was like, I'm hoping, I was just praying that you were going to get a shot at him. He turned around right there and popped in the strut, and I raised up over that limb and busted him. And I was yelping every time that he would go behind one of those trees. And he would kind of pop his head out the other side and then pop in the strut and come looking. That turkey never gobbled once. No. He had my location pinpointed because I was calling up there, but thankfully that big pine right there was casting a shadow across me. And I just kept shifting and shifting and shifting. I couldn't believe he kept coming like that.
I couldn't either.
I mean, I kept scratching him. I mean, I wanted to get so quiet. I couldn't get quiet enough on the mouth call, so I just tucked it inside my mouth struggle.
I could tell.
I was like, we got to kill this turkey.
Yeah. We'll get pretty footage when we go back up north.
Yeah. He's just popping strut up in there, boy. Smoked him. Looking at that though, boys, come here and look and see what he saw. He wouldn't have been able to see us very easy at all because of that hillside breaks you up.
Yeah.
I was right up there against that burnt stump. And that's right where he was going, you know. Heck yeah, boys. Been struggling, can't get turkeys to gobble, can't get turkeys to do anything.
First time we've even been remotely close.
Oh yeah, me and Jake haven't even been in the ballpark. You and Zach have been for a few days. Yeah. Just got to stay after him. You got to keep going. March 23rd. Yeah, I think when that other hen started calling back and I started kikiing at it, that kind of increased the intensity of him coming in a little bit.
Yeah, he was drumming just constantly. It was like...
Yeah.
I'm excited to see how long.
Me too. Yeah, maybe 17 pounds. 17, 18 pounds. Boy, he was pretty coming through there.
Yeah, it was. Blue head.
Just looking, popping strut, looking.
So
I was just coaxing him. One thing I will say though is, in this situation, it wasn't ideal with no decoy because he could see our setup from 80, 90 yards down there. But I never called to him when I could see his head. Yep. Only time I called to him is when he would get behind a tree or something. And I would sort of direct that sound to one side or the other so he had trouble pinpointing it. And that's why he kept taking a few steps and then popping and looking. It's because he just couldn't see that hen and she should be there, you know.
That's something I know I mess up a lot. Not thinking about stuff like that.
Thinking about what?
Like them being behind a tree or something. You just get fired up and it's just like, I'm just going to yelp at them, you know?
Get inside the bubble, boys.
Alright, now look at Aaron like you're mad at him because he shot the bird that you were supposed to shoot. We were joking about that on the way here.
Because that's what everybody says.
Oh, he's been strutting.
Oh, he's been strutting. Yeah, he strutted the last 30 minutes of his life. Yeah, look at his feet. Look at how gray his feet are on the bottom. That is unique.
Old gray foot.
Old gray foot.
We'll see how long he is. 44 and a half.
Oh,
almost
Fred,
45.
I think Fred called it.
Yeah, you're right on the money, Fred. I was saying 42.
So I get to kill the bird now, huh?
Yep.
That's what I win.
We'll make 2 more calls out of this one. I've got 13 calls made where they're almost done. They need to be finished up.
So you'll use all 3 parts of that wing bone to create that.
Yep. This is the trumpet end, and you'll cut it right here and cut it right about there. And this is the middle section, and then that's your mouthpiece. And then the joints, I used to use super glue or epoxy. I use JB Weld now in the joints, and then wrap thread on top of that. I've got a video on how to make them like from start to finish. I think I did it a year or 2 ago. Hi, you made it.
What's going on, boss?
How you doing?
Oh, looks like somebody found one.
About 18 pounds.
Yeah.
This one 19.3.
Oh, he's a fat boy then. That's a good one.
That's sweet.
That war slick.
Nice to meet you. Congrats, boss.
Thank you, Dave. Good to meet you, man.
You too, man.
Kenny, how you doing? Nice to meet you. Never said a peep.
Really?
You by
Did you
himself?
hear him scratching or what? Something?
No, driving down the road.
Really?
Strutting with hens right off the side of the road.
No kidding.
And went around and
I think that's what you got to do right now is find them and just get in front of them.
yeah, I mean, I'm going to have a big old shiner tomorrow because I only had one hand on the gun. I mean, I was clear up. It was not
what you gotta
good.
do.
Oh, yeah. You know how you do.
Yeah.
You know. But it was a circus, definitely.
I was just saying,
Rodeo.
shoot him the whole time because I was filming the whole thing.
Yeah, he was filming freehand. It was an ordeal. But never said a peep.
Nope.
Never
I
said a
think
peep.
that's what we're dealing with. We're walking around squawking at them and they're sitting there
Y'all-
doing that.
yeah.
And boy, we had our hopes up. We thought we're going to find one today. Weather's pretty.
Oh, I got to get a new guide. And you guys need some cash?
We were, shoot, you,
Hey, I got
before this happened, we ain't even been in the ballpark.
Yeah, when we find them, man, we're finding them.
We found a lot of
Then you're
signs.
just not hearing turkeys over.
Finding a
You're
lot
like,
of sign down low.
you're like they're there, but they're just not talking. You know.
This guy was with hens right up against the creek.
Ted, you should do that. Go find all the parked trucks down the road and make tracks by all the driver's side door. Like, so they'll see it right when they get to the truck. They'll like walk up to their door and there'll be a big set of trucks. Do it to every truck you could possibly find. That'd be messed up. Get so many people. Oh man, they must be right up by the road. I'm gonna go in there tomorrow and by the truck.
And then it'd be nothing to come back. They got like a cord.
Right down the spine.
Oh, he's about 45.
On the nose, huh?
Right at
I don't think
45.
that one's going to stand very long. Me and
My
Cat
birds-
got short birds.
My bird's snood was dried up, so he would have been 45.
It is. He's a little crusty.
You're at a disadvantage because you had a 2-mile walk out.
Yeah, that's right.
He shrunk on the way
He
there.
shrunk on
They
you.
shot one by the
It
truck.
didn't feel like he shrunk. It felt like he grew.
Grew. Somebody slipping lead weights in you.
Yeah.
These are pretty turkeys down here. Dark. Let's gonna tie a bow around this video, guys. Had a pretty fun time in camp this evening. We just recorded a podcast with Dave and Fred and Catman that'll also be going on the channel here real soon. Dave's gonna head out in the morning and kill him another turkey.
We can only hope.
Be on the
I can
Pinhoti
hear
project here in the next week or so, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Give me a few days, yeah.
All right, I'll give you a few days, but I'm gonna hold you to it.
Yeah.
But we had a great time today, great hunt. Got super lucky on that bird, and I kind of lost it a little bit at that reaction. I hope y'all don't judge me too bad for it.
I've only
How did he do it? There we go.
I pointed right at Ted. I just went like this, and I just pointed at Ted because I wanted him to shoot the turkey.
talking
but
to me earlier, and he's just like, got a little ridiculous on the reaction, but hey, it was fun. I was like, hey, dude, I know.
I was
do it
just
too.
excited. I don't want y'all to think that like we don't respect the animal in all seriousness. You know, I wasn't trying to do anything like that. I was just super pumped.
Yep.
That,
Your reaction's always
yeah.
different.
Yeah.
Seems
I
like.
mean,
sometimes
it was,
you're super pumped, sometimes you're just like relieved, and it's so.
yeah. Today
So
it
the
was
punch,
that
just
goofy face
first
where he's
turkey
like,
of the year. Yeah. Usually I'm just like really surprised almost that it all just
I
worked.
remember
but
how to do this.
I just got super excited today, but you know, that's just true emotion, I guess you could say. We got to get to bed. We got to go back out after tomorrow. We got to get Tethrd one. But thank you guys for watching. We'll see y'all in the next one. It's
I
like,
thought you were supposed to do this.
yeah, I mean, you can sometimes do
Yeah,
that.
that's at all.
Yeah.
This
Do
is
this?
is like, I don't have anything in my hands.
No, that's like your testimonial, you know,
Yeah.
or your how-to video.
Somebody got mad about that once in message.
No, I'm not.
About
I wish Wolf
me
would
do it.
move his hand so much. He doesn't do that when he's talking to you guys.
Well, I used to do this. I used to do this.
Yeah, I was told the same thing. Like, don't put your hands in your pockets.
Yeah. For me, it's just like
And I'm
everything
like,
I
it
say,
makes
I'm
you
just like,
unapproachable or
What I
whatever.
do now is I keep doing this.
Yeah.
And I'm like, don't touch your face. But I'm always finding myself
then
doing
there's a
this.
valley.
I'm like, I've got to do something.
Yeah.
The tree. They're pitching off.
And now I move my hands around all the time because I'm self-conscious about it. We got to go to bed. Things are getting out of control.
You want to show them how birds go to roost before they go?
All right.
So this is the ridge here.
He had a ridge. He's up there. He's checking to make sure he's safe, and then he. There he is. That's Roost.
Exactly what they're doing. Not gobbling.
Yeah,
Not gobbling.
exactly.
That was very realistic. We'll see you boys.
See you, man.
Give him the owl hoot.
Give me one. Weird.